Hey, it's Jason Canigan from Pain Free Profits. I was thinking about what could I share that would help you right now be able to get better results from cold calling, prospecting. And what I came up with was the start of the call. Most people are so bad at the start of their call, the first couple of things that come out of their mouth, virtually ensures that there is no rest of the call. So let me give you a couple of things to say that will start off the conversation and let you, we want to get people out of whatever they're doing when we call. And we want to get them onto the call. I don't want them playing their Sudoku or doing crossword puzzles or ordering inventory or doing staff schedules or staring out the window even. I want them on the call with you. That's where we want them, right? So they're not just going to go there, though, just because you call. Wow, let me just drop everything and start talking to you. So we've got to give them a good reason to do this. And the second thing we need to do is reassure them, because most sales calls are so bad. Prospects, just like you and I, are totally freaked out. When we realize it's a sales call, it's like, oh, crap. Now I'm going to be forced to listen to 10 minutes of the benefits of aluminum siding for my house, and I don't even need it. But this salesperson, is not even going to give me a second to get in there and say, sorry, I really don't even need this. They're just going to start talking and keep talking and keep talking until I get frustrated and hang up. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to do something that allows us to get them out of what they're doing, get on the call, and also reassure them that we're not going to take up tons of their time and trap them on the phone forever. We're also going to set up a quick upfront contract. If I do this, you will do that. It's very simple. And that allows us to exert control over the conversation. And we're going to do it in such a way that it looks like we're handing control of the call over to the prospect. This is kind of fun. So, what we say at the start of the conversation ensures or denies whether there will be a rest of the call. So if we want to improve our stats, our call stats, this is something we need to work on. At the beginning, we need to say a couple things, and I don't want you changing the wording. If you change the wording, it won't work because you're going to change the effect. We want to make them curious about what the hell is going on here and get them on the call. So the first thing we do is say we're calling John. John picks up the phone. Wow, the decision maker's actually in. This is nice. John speaking. Oh, hi John. Is this a bad time to talk? That's all we say. We don't say our name. We don't want to get identified with a problem. If something occurred over there, if they just had a fight, if you're calling a restaurant and they just had a fight with their vegetable supplier, you don't want your name associated with that. They'll remember the fight and your name, the bad emotion from the fight and your name. And you call back later on, and that's it. You're in a hole now. You're in a pit. You got to dig yourself out. They'll probably hang up on you angrily. So we don't say who we are at the very, very start. Is this a bad time to talk? We don't say, is this a good time to talk? We say, is this a bad time to talk? There's only 3 possible responses to this question. Yeah, it is. Okay, great. I'll call back. Click. And you're gone. You're out of there. Call back in a day, 2 days, a week. I don't care. They don't care. But you don't want to push them now or try and talk to them now if it's a bad time. They're already pissed off. You don't need to get yourself involved in that mix. Second possible response is something like, it's always a bad time. What do you got? This is very common, and that's okay. We can proceed with this. The third response is the one that we really, really do want to hear. It's, no, it's a good time. Who's this? Now that person is really out of what they were doing and getting onto the call. They're curious, what's happening here, right? And this is an unusual way of proceeding. It's not the typical, hi, how are you? This is a sales call, blah, blah, blah. We're not hiding from the fact that this is a sales call, but we're behaving a little differently than a typical salesperson. And we're going to get different results. So, when they, say it's a bad time or not a bad time, but we can continue talking, we want to set up this little upfront contract now, okay? And it works like this. If I do this, will you do that? So we say, John, I appreciate that. Let me take a quick minute. I'll tell you why I called, and then you can decide whether we should keep talking or not. that sound fair? And that's all you say. That's it. We still haven't said our name yet, because what's going to happen is there's two possible responses to this. Now, in all the years I've been using this technique, I have been told, no, you can't take a quick minute and tell me why you called, about a half a dozen times. I can count them on this hand, probably. It's very rare, because it's so easy to just, I can give you 60 seconds and then tell you to take a hike. That's okay, I can do that. So if they say that, no, you can't, it's not rejection. They don't know who you are. They don't know why you called. It's not rejection. What it is it's a bad time. But they stayed on the line to find out whether this was an emergency or not. Like for the restaurant, is this the gas company calling to tell me that the gas is getting shut off? That's a pretty serious problem for a restaurant. Now we can't cook anything. Oh, it's not that? Okay, I don't have time. I have problems right now. If it's one of those very, very rare times that they say, no, you can't tell me why you called, that's okay. Don't take it personally. Call back in a couple of days or a week, okay? Their mind's on their problem. They won't even remember this call. And you still haven't said who you are. So, following that, once they say, yes, you can take a quick minute and tell me why you called, that's okay. And then I'll tell you whether we should keep talking or not. We've put in that upfront contract in place. We've exerted some control here, actually, over the call. We haven't handed control over the call at all. I mean, the prospect could hang up at any time anyway. But we've got them to agree to listen to us. Now you have to make good on that. And so the next step for you is to work on your 30-second commercial so that you can deliver your message in under a minute, preferably around 30, 45 seconds, and then find out if they want to talk about this. This is the best way that I have found to get people on the phone, get people off of what they were doing, off their computer and onto the call with you, and actually listening to what you have to say. And this is what ensures whether there's a rest of the call. Do you get another, chance or more of a chance to have a conversation with these people? So, happy prospecting. Look forward to talking with you again soon.